Oh my God. Good for me, I just found another trilobite.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you have a head here.
Okay.
And a head here.
Okay, and you can't have two heads.
You can't have two heads, so it's at least two, and then a piece of one here. So I think maybe these two are these two.
Oh my God. Oh, what is that? I got one. Got another one. Wow. That one's beautiful. It looks like that's a negative. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me again. Where is the positive? Oh, look at that. Wow, you can see those appendages. Wow, these are the golden trilobites.
It's been prepped and cleaned up and get the shell off it so the pyrite grows a little better.
Oh my God, look at that thing. Oh, wow.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fossil Hunting and Collecting with Chris. Well, we finally got there. We finally got to a point where we're at the right layer. We think we brought back the right rock to see if there are any of the legendary Beacher Trilobites. These trilobites that have a golden coating of pyrite, which not only makes them look really good, but also preserves some of the soft tissue. Well, I was just about to finish up this episode when I got a call from Gus, and Gus made an incredible discovery right before we finish this film. So please watch us to the end and you will get to see what we found at the Beacher's Trilobite beds while searching for the lost golden trilobites. Thank you so much.
So here are the rocks from the Beacher's Trilobite bed. Whether or not they have anything, nothing obvious, but this is supposed to be the layer where the golden trilobites are. So the first thing I do is just very gently rinse it and see if anything becomes apparent underneath all the dirt. I'm going to do it very carefully and gently. Don't want to lose or damage anything that might be there. See from the red paint on it, this is the layer we think is supposed to have the fossils. Very fragile, very gently rinsing it. Because this is outside, I will probably cover this with plastic. So far, nothing obvious. Don't see any obvious signs of these rare pyrite coated trilobites. But all I'm doing right now is just gently rinsing the excess dirt off. Taking a look at this Beacher Trilobite bed materials that I rinsed off yesterday, it's starting to split. And I'm starting to take a peek at these items as they split, looking for any signs of these lost golden trilobite. They're supposed to be abundant in this. And so far, I am finding nothing. I'm going to search it really carefully because this is where they're supposed to be. And hopefully we will have some of these lost golden trilobites somewhere. Gotta find at least one. So I am just very carefully pulling this stuff apart. Maybe a little bit of algae, an occasional graptolite, but really not seeing these trilobites that are supposed to be here at all. So this is looking really disappointing. Occasionally these stray I guess it's algae marks and the occasional graptolite. But other than that, this what's supposed to be the OTB, pretty much completely devoid of any signs of life. So very disappointing results so far. Okay, hold the phone. I think I have something. I think I have a trilobite. Looks more like an ordinary trilobite than a golden trilobite. But we will have to take a closer look at this.
Let me take a moment to explain why this site and why these fossil trilobites are so important to us. It turns out that nearly everything we know about the anatomy of trilobites, other than their shells, originally came from this quarry. More than 100 years ago, a paleontologist named Beacher found some really amazing trilobites. Most of the layers in this site are pretty ordinary. You can find some really nice Ordovician trilobites until he got to one really thin layer where you could find incredible trilobites. You almost never find their soft body parts preserved. That's not how fossilization usually works. The soft parts just don't get preserved well. In this case, though, there was a lot of sulfur in the water. It turned to pyrite on the shells of these trilobites on this thin layer, not only on their shells, but also on their softer tissues. So when you find the trilobites from the original trilobite layer of the Beacher's trilobite bed, you can actually find trilobites with appendages if you're really, really lucky. And that's what we're hoping for. Why hasn't anybody been doing this? Well, this site was actually lost for about 100 years. Somebody named Marcus and some other paleontologists who were looking all over the place trying to find this lost site found this beautiful site.
All right, found a whole lot of little graptolites. And it's kind of on the top here, so looks like we didn't really catch too much of this graptolite layer. I don't know where the fossils are. This is getting very frustrating. I think we have a hawk. Well, we'll know for sure if we start finding dead birds and dead squirrels. Yeah, bit of a noisy hawk, but we have a hawk. So, have a little pyritized cephalopod. Not really finding very much in what's supposed to be the OTB. Little pyritized cephalopod, second little pyritized cephalopod, some graptolites, and one partial trilobite thorax that doesn't seem to be pyritized. Okay, so now we have trilobites, finally. There are a couple of flakes of pyrite on them, it looks like, but they are not pyritized. Looks like there's two, maybe more parts of it there. All very, very fragile, so this is going to need some TLC. So I'm going to stop what I'm doing and take this inside now before I do, and save all the pieces before I do anything with it, because I finally found trilobites, although not the pyritized ones that I'm looking for. Okay, so I cleaned them up a little bit. Here's the trilobites, here's the negative, and because this is just so super fragile, I see a little pyrite on it, I'm going to go ahead and give it a little spray. And that's just to keep it together, because it's just super, super fragile stuff. Oh my God. Oh, what is that? I got one, got another one. Wow, that one's beautiful. It looks like that's a negative. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me again. Where is the positive? Oh my God, look at this. Look at this, I finally got one. This is what we're looking for, the lost golden trilobites. Trilobites coated with pyrite. And we've taken a look at this with a microscope and seeing if we can see any appendages. But look at this, this guy is preserved really well. It's got that pyrite gleam to it. Oh yeah, awesome. Exactly what we're looking for. I've gone through a lot of the material. I'm going to break it up much finer. But I've gone through a lot of the material without finding hardly anything at all. In fact, it was pretty much a shutout, except for a couple of negatives that we found. But now I've actually got one. Got one of these lost golden trilobites from the OTB, the original trilobite bed of the Beacher's Trilobite beds. Wow. Success at last. Hopefully this won't be the only one. But oh, so happy. So happy I finally got one. I'm going to ask if you like these type of videos. If you like fossil videos, please give me a thumbs up. It helps my channels. And I appreciate all my friends who have subscribed. Thank you so much. And if you haven't yet, please think about doing so. Okay, now on to the fossils. Okay, so this is what I found in the first go through. So now let's take a look at what Gus and his son Grant found. Gus?
Pretty good. I'm making big rocks into small rocks again. Found a few fossils. A lot of cephalopods today. Not any good pyritized trilobites yet, but we're in the wrong layers for that. That's going to be about here.
And here it is, the OTB layer. The layer with the red there. Marked out for us by the trilobites themselves. Just joking. So ladies and gents, at long last we have done it. We are down at what's supposed to be the golden trilobite layer. The object now is to try to get it out in not too many pieces. And I think we decided we're going to work on this at home rather than try and prep it in the field in the rain and possibly in the dark soon. What do you say, Gus? Are you happy that we're down here?
I got a headlight in the car. I'm happy.
Yep, so now Gus is taking me to show me what he found.
I know what Grant found.
What Grant found inside his BTV. So you have two here.
Well, that's just a fragment. We don't know where it came from. We just found it in the thing.
Okay.
But there's the part here and here, and the counterpart there and there. And then in here, let me see, 1, 2.
Oh, yeah.
You see them? And then there's the counterpart to those. And I think they came from right in here because we could see pieces of trilobite in here. Grant, with his magical eyes, can see 4 of them.
Huh.
Here they are. Here they are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see?
You see that one?
Yes, it looks like a little bit of gold on that, huh?
Yep. And then there's the head.
Yep. Any appendage?
No, I can't see any appendages.
Okay.
So we have a head here
Okay.
and a head here.
Okay, and it can't have two heads.
You can't have 2 heads, so it's at least 2, and then a piece of one here. So I think maybe these 2 are these 2, but I can't be sure. We'll do that jigsaw puzzle. No, see this one, yeah. So there's at least 3.
Yep.
Because this head is pointing that way, and so that body can't be this body.
Yeah, I would agree. It looks like at least 3.
At least 3, and maybe 4. So yeah, we're gonna go through this whole piece, but you know, Grant wants to prep it out from the top down.
Good idea.
Yeah.
This was a fragment we couldn't figure out where it fit in the big jigsaw puzzle. Just a sliver of rock, but
Oh, yeah. Nice try, Arthas. Look at that.
yeah.
Very nice.
So we're going to prep that out, see if there's any soft tissue preservation. I don't think we can get the tail though, because we can't figure out what piece of rock it came from.
Do you see any pyrite in that?
Not really. Not really.
Looks a lot like the ones up in Creek Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one.
So,
It's here. It's pyritized. It's running right along the edge here.
oh yes, those little.
Yeah, I just don't know what they are. Some people think algae. Some
Yep.
people, yeah.
Algae is a possibility.
Yeah, and then there's these worm traces or feeding traces.
Yes.
Those are pyrite. This one's pyritized. Let me see if I can get it out of the rock. There you go.
Okay. Yep. Some type of trace.
Good to me. I just found another trilobite.
Oh wow.
Pyritized?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
All right, where was that in relation to the layers?
That was right here.
Okay.
Also, as we're doing this over here, Daniel is taking apart some Pendixie, basically that rock from western New York that tends to be full of trilobites and other
Yeah,
things.
got a few.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, quite a few. Very nice.
Hey, take a look at this thing, Grant. Yeah, it's better on this piece. Okay. Ooh, what'd you find? Oh, Trilobite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, very nice.
You have the other parts of it?
As Mike would say, there was no other part.
Am I missing a little bit? You're missing the sides of it. There might be a little pot right there. Oh, you know what? That's a little bit. Yeah. My bad. Okay. I guess there wasn't one in my.
Well, the other part. If you find them all, we have crazy glue. We have some
can
people
stitch
who are
it back
good at
together.
stitching it back together if you can find them. So here's that really dark layer here.
Oh, I see the gray.
See the gray?
That's supposed to be the.
OTB.
Okay.
Well, both are, the dark and the gray are both OTB, but the gray is where he finds the trilobites. So we have the right stuff, man. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right. Given the number and size of trilobites.
There you go. That's the split I wanted. I mean, look at the. See how much pyrite is sparkling?
Yes.
You know, what's frustrating is, we're not finding half of the ones that are in here.
I think we're finding.
With the stuff I got at home, if I haven't thrown away a single bit of it, it's all just getting broken smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
And I really haven't seen too much that we're missing.
Those are the colonial animals that form lines that kind of look almost like a saw blade.
The entire phyla of those are extinct. So there's no living representatives of those. Which is kind of why you might say, well, what is it? But, well, there's nothing like it around anymore.
Tails.
If
Pygidium's a tail.
okay, if this is something good, I'd say I'm likely gonna mess it up.
Nope,
So-
it's yours. And I think there's another trilobite under you that I'm gonna uncover.
Well, that's what's good about Pendixie. If anything goes wrong with the trilobite on top, there's usually one underneath.
Yeah, that's a nice little brachiopod right there. Oh, look, you got both valves.
Oh, that's a beauty. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
nicely articulated.
Take good care of that one. That's a nice one.
And then there's this little pygidium down here as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course.
There is definitely more stuff underneath. It looks like a shell of some sort. They could say what actually it is.
Yeah, trilobites often have
Very
fragile
nice.
appendix.
Yeah, I try to make friends with all the trilobites I find in Big Sea. Someday I'll find a friend. Here, you want to help me go through this? Yeah, here you can see these graptolites, whole layer of them. But I think this layer, so that's how it was sitting. I think the layer deep to that is gray stuff is where the trilobites are going to be.
All right, so serving up shrimp. Gus found either a phylocarid or maybe a rhinocarid partial on this rock over here. Phylocarid is a shrimp-like creature. Look at the bottom. Looks like the bottom half's going to drop out on you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna slowly peel it from here. Oopsies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bottom half dropping out.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's some pyrite.
Yeah.
That might be a good layer.
Wormies. There's a big worm.
There's a big one. So, do you know which side was up?
Yeah.
Go down from the worm.
You sure that's all worms? That could be some other.
It's a feeding trace of some sort, you know.
Yeah.
Something went through and doesn't necessarily have to be a worm. Should we leave a little for tomorrow? You wanna?
I'll check the weather first. Yes.
Oh wow. Wow. All right.
Actually,
That's a lot of pyrite.
Yes, it is. What's going on in there?
There's some layers that just have pyrite forming, but here you can see a bunch of graptolites. I don't know
Yep.
if you can see it, if they show up on
Oh yeah,
camera.
I do see them.
So this is under the graptolite layer, and it's just like this pyrite layer.
You just keep that?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I tried
It's
and
nice having it in the rock.
Okay, so yeah.
are ways to get them out.
Yeah.
but
Not those particular ones.
Oh yeah, I use Pygidium and a brachipod. Very nice.
that's going to be a beauty.
That's a really nice little trilobite.
Ooh, let's see what we got here. Oh yes, that one.
That one's going to be a beauty.
Now, are you going to try and prep that out around that?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Eventually, it was a blast.
Multiple times over.
Oh, moving rocks you're talking about? My family will never help me move again.
It's a better idea not to trim stuff down in the field if you can avoid it and you trim it down at home. Yeah. Except we've been neglecting that.
Yes, same here. So I have millions of rocks at home.
Yeah. So we got the rock saw. So I've been.
Yeah, Chris, when are you going to thin your collection?
Well, thank you so much to Gus and Grant for showing us their awesome finds. Now let's go back to the picnic table where I spread out mine. They've weathered out a little bit more since last filming and see if we can find anything else. Going back to my pile now, I've let the stuff weather out on the table. It actually had a covering over it, so instead of getting soaked by rain, just a little bit of moisture was getting in and helping to weaken the rocks. And I found this. I found the negative of a nice little trilobite. I don't think I'm seeing any pyrite, but I am seeing the right size and where they should be. And frustratingly, I can't find the other half. The other half should be right in here somewhere. And I'm going to look very carefully because I don't want to lose one of the very few Beacher Trilobites that I found. I am very carefully turning these over, trying to find anything, any little markings that might be part of that little trilobite. Anything that looks like anything, I'm putting aside because the rare trilobites in this case are very small and very hard to find. And I don't want to discard any material until it's down to paper thin. Okay, very hard to focus on this. I do have something pyritized, something glowing gold. I think it is a cephalopod, but that's a good sign. Found something coated in pyrite. Very frustrating. I just see the second one now where I have the negative, but not the positive. Where are these things going? I'm going to have to check this really, really carefully to find out where the rest of this trilobite went. But at least I found one. Nice. Okay, so have that little guy in the box. looks like there might be some pyrite on it. And I am so determined to figure out where the rest of this guy is. You don't understand why I found now a second negative without a positive in rocks. Oh, there it is. Yay. Trying to focus on it. There we go. There we go. We finally have a nice one that looks like it has some pyrite on it. Awesome, 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 awesome. So here they are together, the top and bottom. Here we go. Now we have some sunlight. Let's see if we get some pyrite. Kind of hard to see in the camera. Hard to see what I'm filming. But we will have to see if there's pyrite. I think there is. Here we go. I just found the negative to another one of these tiny Triarthus trilobites. Now, I'm not throwing anything away, and I'm going through this carefully, which means that the positive side of this should not be far away. But I'm going to have to get something to put this in, because that is a find already, but I really want to find the positive half, and who knows, maybe that will actually have some of the gold that we're looking for, some of the pyrite coating that shows the soft preservation. So this could be a good one. We'll have to see if I can actually find where the other half of this guy is, where the positive half is. Alright, so we have this piece. Carefully put this one away and then look for the other half. Alright, on this one I'm seeing a nice long graptolite. I'm going to try to separate the back there, which might be the good layer. Alright, so I've gone through a lot of rock at this point without finding what I was looking for. But I did find something else. Definitely some type of creature here. But I'm not sure what it is. So I'm going to put this aside and try and figure that out. And keep looking for the other half of that trilobite, which has to be here somewhere. Digging deeper into here, trying to find the other half of that trilobite. And maybe something else. Still no golden trilobite, but I've got something else here. I have a partial cephalopod. Okay, not enough to make a nice display fossil, but this is just enough to tell me that the cephalopods are present in this layer. Okay, found something interesting here. Some kind of segmented worm-like creature. Now, worms are not terribly rare, but this thing is pretty well articulated, pretty well preserved. So I think this is interesting. Going to put this one aside. Getting through here, getting down deeper, and the other half of that trilobite is still eluding me. I hope I find this. Let's see if you can see these. Did get some very tiny little trilobites here. Looks like that one's coated with something. Might be what we're looking for. These are very tiny, broken out of very tiny pieces. So you practically need a microscope to go through this BDB stuff and see what's in there. The Beacher Trilobite bit of materials. But am finding little pieces. So can take a look at these under a microscope and see what we have. Here's our next little find. It looks to me, now it looks bigger to you on this camera because it's zoomed in. With my eyesight, this looks like it's a trilobite head and the matching part. So I'm going to wrap this one up too and take a look at this one under a microscope. I just popped open this piece and it has lots and lots of little graptolites. Could be trilobites next layer down. So I'm going to take this one inside. So this and the matching half. I'm going to take that inside and work on it later. As you can see, this pile, starting to get through this pile, a lot of it. Still not found that trilobite. It's so frustrating. I'm hoping I find it.
Okay friends, I was just about to wrap up this video, but I got a call from Gus. Apparently he made a really good find. He says it's the best one yet. So let's go ahead and head over there and see what he found.
All right, Gus. So Gus called me over because he made a really great find in this OTV.
Yeah, so this piece here, you know, I was going through the decomposing shale and I found this one here. It's pyritized, it looks complete, but it was a big piece, and as I was taking off the plate to put it down on the table, this all just shattered, but fortunately the fossil's still intact here, and here's the counterpart.
Very nice. I'm gonna come around and take a closer look.
Yeah, and then there's another one right here. There, and there's the counterpart.
Oh yeah.
That little flake just came off and unveiled the fossil there.
Wow.
And then this one was just sitting exposed.
Oh my God! Wow.
That was just sitting there on the surface, and then, like, you know, an inch or two away, I found the other part of it here.
Oh yeah. Wow, that is great. Put that right back on. Let's look at this one.
Yeah.
This is the negative. And here is the oh, it's shiny. Yeah, it is shining. You do have
in the
pyrite.
sunlight you could see the pyrite.
You have found a golden trilobite.
I found 3. So yeah, I found a couple of disarticulated heads here in this harder sandstony layer.
Oh yes. Nice.
Yeah, a lot of graptolites in this stuff that I've been finding, and I'm starting to see like sublayers within the OTB. Looks like there's a very dark layer, then a gray layer with more trilobites in it, and then a couple of fecal trail layers after that, deeper. Yeah, see that dark layer?
Yep.
So right under the dark, oh, not this one, no, that's the sandstone, but the other side of the dark layer.
To go to the dark side.
Go to the dark side. The dark layer itself doesn't seem to have them, but it's right next to them. But that one really big one was sitting just like this, just open, and the other 2 parts were just right near it. I have no idea how it survived the elements.
So right now the sun is helping us see the pyrite. Low angle of the sun. And there we have a nice little cephalopod.
I think I could get that out if I wanted.
So the cephalopod has a traumatic injury, but we can see all the pieces over here, and they're all glowing with pyrite.
The camera works better when it's on.
Yes. Oh, look at that. You can see them glowing. They're
Yeah?
beautiful. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See that? So a trilobite, a little bit of a trilobite.
Yeah, but it's not pyritized.
No, this is more like a normal trilobite that we were finding in the upper layers.
So now we're finally going to get to see what these trilobites look like when they're properly prepped out. In this case, Marcus, one of the rediscoverers of the site, went ahead and prepped out some of these really beautiful trilobites that Gus has found, and after proper preparation we can actually see some of these small appendages on these trilobites. So this is the ultimate goal, to find a trilobite that has all its parts. Let's take a look.
So when this fossil was found, it's no one had seen one of these come out of the site before, but Grant actually found this. Can you tell what it is?
No, I can't. Let me get my glasses on.
Yeah. So since then, at our site, he found a conularid about that big.
Wow.
And that's currently being prepped. So hopefully I'll get it back in the next year or 2.
Oh, it's yours that you found it.
Well, no, Grant found that
Grant
one
found-
too.
Oh, we found both.
He found both. I've never seen anyone
Wow.
else find one there, and he's found
And
both.
he found both of them. Oh, that's
You're
amazing.
the Eurypterid whisperer. He's the conularid whisperer. So yeah, so I'm waiting to get that other conularid back.
So these are the ones that Gus and Gary went up earlier. It was a different arrangement. They were given a spot where it was already dug out for them. Wow, you can see those appendages. Wow, these are the golden trilobites. Look at that. This is what we were hoping to find. Now, has this been prepped
Yes.
by Marcus? Okay.
Yeah, he prepped that. He prepped the
Because
next.
we don't usually find them like that.
No, no.
You found it. It was just a smudge of pyrite of my a pyrite in Rocket's head.
Something like that. All right, here's the.
So again, if we find something really good, we should bring it to Marcus then, I guess, right?
Well, he's overwhelmed with all the prepping, but
Oh, look at this. Oh my God, look at that thing. Oh, wow. No wonder the people are working so hard to find these. So I guess this is another case of a lot less than this was showing. It looks like it's been worked around, around the feet there.
yeah, exactly.
Wow, what a beautiful trilobite. This one has eggs?
This one has eggs.
You have one of those egg trilobites. Oh my God.
So if you look, it's really hard to tell, but there'll be a round ball of pyrite under the cephalon.
All right, so now I'm getting some really good glow. So I can see all of it really good now. Where would the eggs be roughly?
That ball of pyrite right there.
Oh, that ball of pyrite's an egg. Wow. I would not have recognized that.
No, and for 150 years nobody did, right?
Yeah.
And what they figured out is that the horseshoe crabs keep the eggs under the head carapace.
Mm-hmm.
And when they looked in the same kind of spot in the trilobites, there were these little balls of pyrite they kept finding. And they finally said, wait a second.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. All right, now this looks like what we're finding.
Yeah.
Not as much pyrite on the ones we've been finding lately, so it looks like...
It's been prepped and cleaned up and get the shale off it so the pyrite glows a little better.
Yes. Now, do you have any idea how he preps that without damaging the legs?
Yeah, he had a video up on YouTube. He since took it down, but he uses basically, I think, baking soda and a little air aerator. Well, first he gets close to it with a little air jack.
Wow. There we go. Now, this one has is there already, do you know there's a crack through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he, tried to get the rock back together as best we could, but sometimes when this rock gets wet, it just deforms a little, and that's why we get all those cracks in the shale. Sometimes you can't, the pieces aren't the same shape anymore. They just do not fit back. So, we did everything we could, but that crack is part of life for a dead trilobite.
Thank you so much for showing me those.
Oh, my pleasure. What good are all these fossils if we can't share them with people?
So thank you so much to Gus for showing us his well-prepared fossils. And thank you so much for watching us. I hope you saw the entire journey. This was actually about 2.5 years of searching for these lost golden trilobites. The first 5 episodes are available on my channel, Fossil Hunting and Collecting with Chris, and they're up there to watch if you like to see all the things we found along the way. If you love fossils, you like hunting for them like me, give me a thumbs up. That will help out the channel, and it'll make more fossil videos show up in the YouTube feed. Thank you so much. I hope you're as excited about fossils and prehistory as much as I am. Well, thank you again, and happy fossil hunting and collecting.